guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video I'm going to show you how to create this orange halo glittery eye makeup look. This is going to be a full coverage, lot of makeup, so if you're not into that then you can click away. We'll jump straight in and I'm going to go ahead and start by priming my face using the Nivea Men's Post Shave Balm. I really need to test out some new primers because I've been using this forever. Next up, we'll move on to color correcting. LA Girl Concealer, you guys know the drill by now. The primer and this step of my foundation routine always stays the same. I don't really change it up that much. And I'm just going to get up a buffing brush and just blend all of that out into the skin. So once all that's done, I'm going to go ahead and move on to my foundation. I'm using the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. I'm in the shade Toasty Toffee. And I'm just using a damp beauty blender to apply that all over my face. This foundation is pretty much full coverage and it's medium to full coverage, so you can build it up. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply that all over my face. And as you can see, just a very light application goes a long way for the foundation. So you don't need to pack on too much of this. So once we've blended everything out, I'm going to go ahead and move on to my concealer. For concealer today, I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I'm in the shade Medium Sand. I'm going to go ahead and apply that under my eyes and also go ahead and highlight with that. Now, this has become one of my new favorite concealers. I use it every single day. It dries down matte, there is no creasing, and it lasts for absolutely hours, you guys. I have worn my makeup on some days, you know, 15 hours plus, and it stayed in place. It does not budge. So I absolutely love it. Only thing I'm going to say about this is you guys have to get it. There's a reason why Tarte never put up a sale on this concealer, because it always sells out full price. So test it out. It is actually really, really impressive. Then once all the concealer is in place, I'm just going to grab that beauty blender that I applied my foundation with, and I'm just going to go ahead and blend everything out and make sure there's no harsh lines or anywhere on my face, and it's all nice and smooth and blended into the skin really well. Next up, we'll move on to contouring. I'm using the Colourpop Sculpt Sticks in the shade Illuminati. I absolutely love this. This blends like butter. I mean, I don't know about the Kim Kardashian's contouring sticks that are out, but I would suggest you get this instead, only for $5. And I have been using this for absolutely ages. I totally love it. The color, the pigment, the way it blends, it's absolutely amazing, and the price is amazing. I just love Colourpop products, and this is excellent product. I love using this on the days when I want a nice harsh contour. So once we place the contours lines wherever they need to go, I'm just going to go ahead and use a Real Techniques blending brush and just buff that out into my skin. And for the nose, I'm just going to use a Real Techniques brush. This is a very small brush and very pointed, perfect for concealer or blending out your nose contour, just like I'm doing so now. And I'm just going to go ahead and blend that out and then use my fingers just to make it look all more natural. And then again, go back in with the beauty blender almost till it disappears or until it leaves a shadow behind. And then you will see the result. The nose is looking very, very straight. Once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and highlight a little bit more, just because I want the under eyes and the center of the nose just to look really, really lit. You don't have to do this. This is like an excessive step, but because this is a full coverage look and we're going to emphasize on the highlighted areas of our face, I'm using the matte prep and prime, and I'm just going to apply that just a touch, just to add a little bit more color and give a more definition to my nose and under the eyes as well. So once I've blended all that out, I'm just going to go ahead and take some loose translucent powder by Mercier. This is my favorite translucent powder ever. I'm just going to go ahead and bake under the eyes. And also I'm just going to set that powder as a guide for all my eyeshadows, just so we don't have any fallouts. And I'm also going to go ahead and set the sides of my mouth as well, just because we don't want the foundation creasing, and make sure it stays put all day. Next up, to set the rest of my face, I'm using the MAC Studio Fix powder. I'm in the shade NC45, and I'm just going to go ahead and set the rest of my face. And what this also will do is make sure I'm not looking too white, and it will neutralize my skin color. Next, we're going to go ahead and set the contour in place. I'm using the matte mineralizer in deep dark, and I'm just going to go ahead and add it exactly where I contoured with the Colourpop Sculpt Stix, just to make sure it stays nice and dark, because I do want a nice harsh contour today. I'm not going for a natural look, as you can tell. Next up, we'll move on to the brows. I've just grabbed a spoolie to brush all my hair, just to make sure they're all going in one direction. Then I'm going to use the tip brow in the shade Granite by Anastasia, and using the eyebrow brush, I'm just going to go ahead and apply a thin line underneath and just fill out any areas, and then do the same again at the top. I need to do it more at the top because that's where I have the least hair, so I'm just creating a shape for my brows, almost following the natural hairlines. Next, I'm using the Colourpop eyebrow pencil in the shade Banging Brunette, and just creating hair strokes. Now I'm just going to set the lid area with a translucent powder, just to make sure all my shadows go on smoothly. And first shadow we're going to use today is Chickadee by Makeup Geek. It's a very nice pale, almost sunset orange eyeshadow, and it doesn't appear that well on my skin, but it's a perfect transition color, and it will act really well for the rest of my shadows. We're using the Nubian 2 eyeshadow palette today for most of this look. I'm going in first shade with Morocco, and I'm going to apply that in my crease area, keeping the shade even throughout the lid, basically, because I want it going all around, and I want the pigment to be as intense as it is on the inner corner of the eyes as it is on the outer corner. And I'm just trying to create a circular motion and just building up that color as I'm going along and blending it out at the same time. This look requires a lot of blending, so you just need to make sure you have a clean, fluffy brush at hand, and just keep going back and forth and blending out any harsh lines as you're building your color up. Once I've got the orange to the intensity that I want, I'm going to go ahead and use the shade Kenya, and I'm going to start applying that onto the outer corners, and then again I will do the same and drag it in the center and then on the inner corners. We're going for a very halo look today, so all the colors need to flow really well and just merge into each other really well. That's what's going to bring the whole look together, and we're not dragging it too much out towards the eyebrows, we're just keeping it very rounded. And as you can see, I'm just darkening up the inner corners, because I want, as I said, the pigment needs to stay equal throughout the lid and not patchy. So I'm just going back in with the shade Morocco with a more detailed brush, just because I don't want to lose any color there, and making sure it's all nice and bright. And now for the start of the show, I'm going to go in with the shade Nefertiti, and I'm just sprayed my brush with Fix Plus, just because it's a shimmer shade and I want a lot of focus right onto the center of the eyelid. That's the area that's going to stand out the most, so I just want to make sure that's nice and bright, and I'm just going to pat that onto the center of the lid with a shader brush, and then go back in with Nefertiti and just go in again on the inner corners and the outer corners, just so it's blending really well and it doesn't look like a straight patch going on the center of my lid, if you understand what I mean. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and apply our glitter. This is Bronzed Belle. It's still a glitter and glow eyeshadows. I know I've done so many tutorials using these already, but I just can't help it, you guys. I love using glitter, and these are just the bomb.com. So I wanted to show you this new color that I got and what it comes across as in the camera. So I've applied that with the spoolie that it comes with, and I'm just using the brush to dispatch the glitter everywhere equally. Again, we do not want it to look like a straight line right into the center of the lid. Once that's all done, we're going to go ahead and just remove all the powder that was under the eyes. By this point, they're all nice and baked, and we're just going to go ahead and finish off the under eye area. So once again, I'm going to wet my brush with Fix Plus, going in with this shade Zuri, which is a very nice light shimmer shade. I'm going to go ahead and apply that onto the inner corners because again, I want that to pop. This look is all about getting the areas to stand out that catch the light the most. So the lids, the inner corners, the highlight, everything will merge once the whole look is complete. For the under eyes, I'm using the shade Morocco. It's just basically whatever shadows I have at the top, I'm going to bring them down. So we're using that nice orange Morocco shade, using a big fluffy brush. I'm going to apply that all just below my waterline. And again, going in with that dark brown Kenya shade, I'm going to use a more defined brush and keep that very, very close just under my waterline. So now I've just grabbed a kajal stick. I know I'm looking down and you guys can't really see well. I'm so sorry guys. I really need to get out of the habit of doing that. I keep looking down because that's where the mirror is. But this is just a kajal stick. I'm lining my waterline and the top waterline as well. And then I've just grabbed a eyeliner and I'm just joining the inner corners just to give it a more cat's eye effect. And there you see, that's how it's come together. We're going to go in with our mascara, just using the Better Than Sex mascara by Too Faced. Again, I really like this mascara. I've been using it for months. Once I get a product, I start using it for months and then I don't use anything else until it's finished. So I'm a pretty good judge by now of this mascara and I absolutely love it. Next up, I'm just going to go ahead and apply my lashes. I'm using the Fayemakeup lashes in the style Salsabeel. They are very, very full and fluttery. I absolutely love these lashes. You need to check her out on Instagram, guys. She's a beauty blogger and the lashes are really, really good price point and very affordable. I'm just going to go ahead and bronze up a little bit more using MAC Give Me Sun. And then we're going to go ahead and highlight using the Nicole Guerero Anastasia Glow Kit. I'm just using the shade Daydream, which is that nice orange color, because we're keeping it in with the orange theme. And I'm just going to go ahead and highlight my cheekbones, and then I'm going to go ahead and intensify the highlight even further. So I'm using the shade Zuri, which is the eyeshadow from Juvias Place Nubian 2 palette, and I'm just going to go ahead and intensify that highlight a little bit more. Apply that on my Cupid's bow and down the center of my nose as well, and as you can see, that makes it pop even more than it did before. Next up, we're going to go in with the Morphe 9B blush palette using the two orange shades. I'm going to go ahead and apply that onto the apples of my cheeks and just blend it in between my contour and my highlights. And I'm just using the damp beauty blender to diffuse that highlight, just so it doesn't look very powdery and it all blends into the skin very, very nicely. Now moving on to the lips, I'll be using these two shades today, Pumpkin Pie and Pussy Whipped. Oh my god, that name though. I'm just going to go ahead and apply this really nice bright orange, almost like a pumpkin color liquid lipstick. And again, you could go for a nude and that will, that will be it for this look. But I wanted to show you exactly how to incorporate color onto your entire face and follow the same color scheme onto your lips, onto your eyes. So that's why I went with this choice instead. So we're just going to go ahead and apply Pumpkin Pie. So this is a matte liquid lipstick, and then I wanted to add a little bit more shimmer effect to my lips, so I went in with Pussy Whipped and applied that on top. Oh my god, that name, it makes me cringe every time I have to say it. Jeffree Star comes out with the weirdest names for his liquid lipsticks. And I've applied that on top, and as you can see, it's giving me a really nice glossy finish, but of course it won't move because it's a metallic liquid lipstick. And that, my friends, is it for this look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this tutorial. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. And this is the craziness I get up to once the camera stops rolling and I'm done all my poses and taking all my pictures. I have the music going on in the background and I'm going all crazy. So I will catch you guys next time. Hopefully that won't be too long. I hope you like this look. Thank you so much for watching.